Joining us, we have PG, the founder and coach at PG Tops. Thank you for joining us, PG. So tell me a bit about yourself, how you started your entrepreneurial journey or how you got to where you are.
Most entrepreneurs start by solving a problem that they themselves have. For me, it was, I came back to South Africa after taking a sabbatical in the States, and I looked at the tourism industry, and I realized that most tour guides were retired old people that moaned to their clients about how bad things have become in South Africa. So I was determined to inject positivity and youth into the narrative as a tourism professional, and so make sure that people coming to South Africa would have an amazing perspective, a positive, youthful perspective on the possibilities of this country. And that's how I started. I became a tour guide, and then I bought a bunch of cars, then I had a bunch of tour guides, and then I started sourcing safaris, and it just snowballed from there.
Okay, that's very interesting and different, and I love your story about positivity. So what would you say to the entrepreneur who's facing a lot of setbacks? What is your message to them?
So solve the problem that you have. Solve the problem that's obvious to you. And then the guys in Silicon Valley calls it the founder problem fit. Find the problem that really bugs you and that you have the skills and the ability and the resources to fix. And if it's a problem for you, it's probably a problem for a lot of other people. You take it from there.
Oh, wow. And then is that something you also do on a personal level, or how do you face challenges? How do you deal with challenges that come along the way?
I'm mean to the dog. No, that's just don't tell my wife that. I take long walks and I think about things, but I think the primary thing that I do is I surround myself with really, really smart people. So you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you're the smartest person in the room, you're doing things wrong. What I do is I make it a point of surrounding myself with people that make me feel inadequate. And that pushes me to work harder and to try harder.
Wow, wow, wow. And okay, so in your industry, what role does technology play? Is it a big factor? How have you utilized technology?
I'm an AI power user. We use several cloud-based systems. The key thing for us, both in my luxury travel business and in my coaching business, is customer relationships. Relationships are absolutely the key to doing business today. And those relationships are driven for me, obviously by us as people, but with us as people using really good systems. There's no excuse to ever forget someone's birthday. There's no excuse to not know what's the last transaction someone did with you. There's no excuse to not understand and know and be empathetic to your client's needs, because you have technology that can teach you all of those things at a touch of a button.
Wow, wow, I'm inspired right now.
Yeah.
And just moving on to the event, any key learnings from the event?
I thought the speakers were great, well balanced. I thought, for me, I want to transition into a startup funding model as a coach. The problem with being a coach and a scaling up implementer is I work with companies and they do amazing things and I still just get my retainer. So I've decided to flip the script and work with smaller companies that can't afford me, but I'm going to give them money, and then I'm going to multiply my money by giving them my knowledge and expertise to help them rapidly scale. And so this conference was useful because it exposed me to a lot of those funding and founder. The network here is amazing for the kind of world that I want to move into.
Wow, PG, I'm genuinely inspired. And then any final words to the entrepreneurs and 9-to-5ers out there? What would you like to say to them?
I want you to go to your Apple playlist and Google Journey Don't Stop Believing, right? And then play it to yourself over and over every day. And remember that you're the only limit to your dreams and your goals. If you put your dreams into deadlines and start with the first steps to getting there, you can transcend your environment. So whether you're a 9-to-5er, you can stay a 9-to-5er your whole life, and that's cool. You can also build something amazing. But it's about seeing that long-term goal and then figuring out the very first steps on that road.
Okay, wow. So figure out the long-term goals and figure out the next few steps. Thank you so much.
Eat that elephant, one bite at a time.
eat that elephant one bite at a time. Thank you so much, PG.
My absolute pleasure.